This is magnificent.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
Crawled in my hair at night and slept in my hair. The creepy Christmas people.
What did you do for that? Hello, welcome once again to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name's Jerry, and you are listening to the only show that uses fruitcakes for blocking the wheels on Fig jet fighters.
Dad, that's not Fig, that's F-16.
It looks like it says Fig right here on the paper.
It does, but that would be incorrect.
Okay. Fruitcakes for F-16 jet fighter wheels. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about capturing critters with Christina. We'll be right back.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting.
Stop imitating Fezzik, and I mean it.
Does anybody want to do that?
Rubber, rubber here, and rubber, rubber there. Here, rubber there, everywhere, rubber in the...
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
Up there, here, up there, and out everywhere, and I've been hitting it here. Hit that there, here, hit there, hit that everywhere, hit that.
Okay, you're back with Comedy Parenting Radio. We've got Christina up here in the studio. Thanks for stopping by, kiddo.
Thanks for having me.
We haven't had that discussion quite like this since the last time we talked about being stomped on by an elk. Something about you is all about animals, isn't it?
I know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I was born with it or if, I don't know, maybe I'm cursed.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute too. But you've had a lot of dealing with animals. What's the smallest pet you've ever had?
Smallest pet? Probably a mouse, I'd say.
What did the mouse look like?
It was white. It had red eyes, and its name was Thumbelina.
Did Thumbelina do anything special?
She could do acrobatics on pencils. She could be an acrobat. I'm sorry. I actually just had ice cream. I know it's December, but I had ice cream, and so my brain's a little whacked.
Why are you eating ice cream in December?
I don't know. For Christmas. I know it's...
Oh, Christmas ice cream. Okay. Got it. Thumbelina. Did Thumbelina ever escape?
She did. Several times. One time she came and crawled in my hair at night and slept in my hair. Another time she escaped.
People wake up in the morning, they say, I've got a rat's nest, but you had a Thumbelina nest.
I had a mouse nest.
You have a mouse nest in your hair.
And my dad's shoe. She woke up and crawled all the way across the house and into my dad's slippers. So when he woke up and put his slippers on, Thumbelina was inside.
The mouse and the slipper routine, that's a good one. What's the largest pet you've ever owned?
My husband.
I hope you brush him and take care of him now and then. Feed him some water in a bowl.
I try.
No, but what's the largest?
A horse.
Horse? What's the horse's name?
His name is Button. He's a black and white paint, so he has black and white markings on him.
Wow. Now, more recently, you guys moved on to a ranch in Rifle, Colorado, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah. And you've done a little bit of rescuing the neighbors' animals because, well, that's in your heart. Tell me about a rescue.
Oh, dear. Well, one day we were coming home, and I noticed that our neighbors down the road had their animals out there. They had 2 donkeys and their cow. And on our road, we don't know our neighbors' names yet, so we just call them by, things that we might know about them. Like there's the Roadrunner house because they have a Roadrunner painted on the side of their house, or we have the creepy Christmas people because they've got creepy looking blow up Santas and stuff in their yard. Anyway, so I pulled in and nobody was home. So I figured, well, I better put their animals back.
What? Wait, which animals were out?
It was 2 donkeys and their cow.
Oh, okay.
It was a milk cow.
Okay.
So they had a rope on the fence, and I figured...
Just in case the neighbors drive by and the animals are out.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I went up to the cow. The little boys were in the car. They weren't very happy, so they were starting to yell and scream, but they kind of had to stay put. So I walked up to the cow, and I gave her a little bit of grass and scratched her on the head, and then she started walking away. So I quickly put the rope around her neck, and she kept walking. So if you've ever tried to turn a cow, it's extremely difficult. They're very stubborn. And anyways, I did get her turned around, and then as soon as she realized that I wanted her to go home, she started trotting and going home and throwing her head. So I just kind of hung on till we got back to the gate.
So this cow was dragging you back to its house as you were putting it away?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio, Capturing Critters with Christina. We'll be right back.
I don't like snails or toads or frogs or strange things living under logs, but I love onions.
Are you stuck with a bratty little kid for the rest of the day? Maybe it's your grandkid, your neighbor's kid, or your own little brat because your spouse is a lousy parent. In any event, you can save yourself a big headache if you give them a copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come to look at. The funny pictures and big vocabulary will keep them busy for hours and hours while you sit on the couch and check your Facebook account. If you're looking for some peace and quiet, order your copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come from Amazon today.
You are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio with your host, Jerry Begley.
Oh, that was a pretty refreshing break, Christina. We're back with Capturing Christina's. Capturing Christina's?
I do need that sometimes. I'll tell you what.
We're back with Comedy Parenting Radio is Capturing Critters with Christina, and she was telling us about the cow dragging her back to its own house. Did you capture any other animals?
I did. So I went and I put a rope around one of the donkeys' necks, and that one was a little different. As soon as I got the rope around its neck, it started going in circles and started hee-hawing for his buddy. And then it got the cow riled up, so the cow started running around and kicking up its heels. So if you've never seen that, it's different.
I think they're colluding together. Just these animals are like all buddies, aren't they?
They are. So we just started going in circles in the driveway, and each time I get a little closer to the gate to put it away, and when I get over there, I kind of try to reach out and grab hold of the latch, and then I get pulled away again. But eventually I did. I got a hold of the latch and opened up the gate and put that one away, and the third one wouldn't have anything to do with me. He just, he saw me coming and he took off, so that one.
You never got that one in?
I never did.
But he probably hung around his buddies.
He did.
Because he knew when dinner was going to be. He wanted to be there, didn't he?
Yes.
I'm not much of an animal person myself, even though I've won grand champion with sheep before. Here we are up in the middle of the mountains, and one night there's a sheep braying, a sheep bleating outside of my bedroom window. And I went out there and I tried to capture the sheep, and it wouldn't let me. This is like about midnight in the summertime. And there's this big, fat, woolly sheep outside my house. and it wouldn't leave. So it wouldn't let me catch it. So I'd go back to bed. Then it'd go back up on the porch and which was keeping me awake. So I'd go out and try and capture the sheep. And I was chasing the sheep around the chalet, around. And as you know here, it's a hilly place. After about 2 or 3 times around the house, I'm like, I've about had it here, And somehow we got that sheep into the lower shed down below and kept it there until we got a hold of the owner. So, have you ever rescued any other animals of any type?
I have. I rescued a horse who was tangled up in electric fencing wire.
Was the electric on?
It was. And the horse was not happy.
What did you do for that?
Well, I was coming home again as normal.
You gotta stop coming home. These animals are gonna kill you. Stay out later.
Yeah. And I saw it. Its back, its hind leg was wrapped in the wire. So I grabbed actually my window scraper and stopped the car and jumped out and got in there, and the horse turned, and so it kind of half unwrapped from his leg. So I took the window scraper and I pushed down on the fencing wire, and he was able to lift his leg off and out, and he took off like a bolt. He had enough of being zapped, I'm sure.
I'm sure. That was pretty smart on your part to use the window scraper. I'm not going to take mine out of my car in the summer anymore.
No.
Just in case I see any horses wrapped or anything else wrapped up in electric wire.
Yes.
Okay, you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. We're talking Capturing Critters with Christina. We'll be right back.
Sure, humans can be a little weird at times, but take it from me, I'm a dog. And a person is about the best thing that can happen to a shelter pet. So if you want to learn how you can be that person, get down to your local pet shelter or visit theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
And they always ask me, are you aware of how fast you were going? Well, yeah, I got a speedometer right in front of me. Came with the car. The only thing I was unaware of is where you were sitting.
Comedy Parenting Radio.
Okay, Christina's up in the Studio B here, Comedy Parenting Radio, and she's capturing critters, mostly horses, a cow.
Yeah, milk cow.
A donkey?
Yeah, a donkey. And then when I was younger, I was always trying to catch anything that moved.
Lizards?
Lizards.
Are you good with lizards?
I am good with lizards.
Where's your favorite place to capture lizards?
Moab, Utah.
Is there a secret to catching a lizard?
There is. You have to stalk them for a while so that they'll learn to trust you, as awful as that sounds.
You're going to get a lizard to trust you.
You do. They get used to you being there.
I trust this big fat thing above me, hovering. I trust it. Uh-oh.
Yes. And then as they're sunning themselves on rocks or whatever, you move one hand in front of them so that they're watching that hand and keeping an eye on it, and then you come up behind them with your other hand, and then you snag them. I used to catch ducks.
What do you mean you used to catch ducks?
Like wild ducks. The same thing. You have to let them...
I'm a breadcrumb. Come right here to me.
Exactly. You're on. You can do this.
Did you use breadcrumbs?
I did.
Okay.
They have to learn to trust you. Same kind of deal.
I don't think the lizards and the ducks have been talking to each other about this.
No. If they did, they'd figure things out. So that's how you catch ducks.
Okay. Christina, it sounds like you have a very, very interesting life, you and animals. Thank you for coming out on the show today.
Thank you so much.
And when you go, would you mind taking that lizard cage with you?
Aww.
Bye-bye.
No, say, I am dangerous.
I did.
No, say, I am dangerous.
You are dangerous.
No. You say, I am dangerous.
But you said...
Oh, never mind.